Welcome back, my baby birds. And I noticed that a lot of you have been abruptly pushed out of the nest. And you fell and tumbled through the air, and then you landed on the hot pavement. And you're like,
What happened? My body is broken. Is the bull market over? Should I buy? Should I sell? What do I do?
and then you look to the side, and there's another bird with a big yellow face, and he's like, hey man, first time?
For what?
You were shorting stuff on the way out of that nest, right?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I've fallen out of that thing like 12 times. You gotta do some shorts during the plummet. It's like grabbing onto a couple of branches. It mitigates a lot of the fall damage. So yeah, one of my wings is broken, just like yours, but I got a pocket full of cash. And I'm gonna use that cash to climb my busted, bruised body back up to the nest.
How did you know this was...
Well, we had some major indicators. And the last time I fell out of the nest hard, we're getting the same symbol on the chart now as we were then. On Bitcoin's weekly chart, Market Cipher has printed a blood diamond on the weekly. This is the second time this has ever happened. The last time it happened, I was a much different crypto guy. April 2022, the blood diamond printed for the first time on Bitcoin's weekly chart. And we were like, is this for real? What does this mean? This can't be legit, right? And back then I went, it's probably just a bad week or two. It's really no big... So I fell from 44,000 all the way down to 16,000 something. I fell out of the nest, hit the concrete, a bus ran over me, and then some lady went, "Aw," and picked me up, and then dropped me again from higher. Nobody helped me. Everyone made fun at me at work because I was the stupid crypto guy. But then I started buying. I started buying down here, and I went, I'll show them. You guys will know. I'm going to be rich. And yeah, we went all the way back up, climbed back in the tree. Everything's cool. Took some profits, and then boom, we got hit again. But this time I was ready because I see the signs. And the signs are everywhere. First, here's what the normies see.
What do we do?
Red everywhere, stressed out Goonie stock photos. Where did this come from? Because the government's been telling us that everything's fine, but it's not. So a lot of people suddenly know what the Psalm rule recession indicator is, which is terrific. We're at 0.53, and so far, every time in the history of this indicator, when you hit 0.5 or above, that's a guaranteed recession. People see the chart, they know it's 100% accurate. We're in big trouble. But then, the lady who invented this, she's part of the system now. She goes, yeah, sure, my own indicator says we're doomed, but that doesn't mean we're doomed. She emphasized that the U.S. economy, in a broad sense, is still in a position of strength, and it's unlikely that the country is currently in a recession. Inflation is transitory. Yeah, thanks. We know who's paying you. She's trying to keep us from being scared, because if you cause a market sell-off panic, that makes the recession happen faster. So we had the Psalm rule. That's based on jobs numbers. You can't lie. The truth is out there. We're in a recession. Then we had the Japan carry trade. And if you're not sure what this is, look into it. It's super degenerate. You're borrowing, let's say, $1,000 worth of the Japanese yen. And the yen usually goes down against the dollar. So it's right off the bat, just from borrowing, it's almost like you're winning a very small short. So you take $1,000 worth of the yen, and then you're supposed to put it in American bonds or something and earn 4%, because the Japanese loan is only 1.5%, and you kind of make the difference. That's your profit. But instead, what people were doing is they're taking out a loan from Japan and then going and leverage trading it, buying Tesla stock, 5x leverage, and then Tesla stock plummets, and then they get margin called on that side, and then Japan goes, oh, hey, we just raised our interest rates. You don't owe us $1,000, you owe us $1,200. And you're going, what? So now you get margin called twice. And this is happening to the tune of trillions of dollars. The lesson and you already know this as a decent retail trader, never borrow money to trade. Japan just raising his interest rates a little bit pulled the rug out from this whole scheme, and people are suffering. Also, World War III is getting ever closer. What are you going to do? And then Warren Buffett, Charlie, he sees the end, and so he dumped a bunch of holdings, including Apple. And that scared everybody because Apple's the big dog in the tech world, and it's causing a cascading fear effect. And the way the stock market is so abnormally weighted towards like 6 or 7 big tech stocks, it all comes tumbling down very quickly. The last time we were here, I'm, copy trading Nancy Pelosi, going, oh man, you gotta go all in on Broadcom. We all took a hit on that, but I feel a little better knowing that Nancy Pelosi is also taking a much larger hit. And to be fair, Broadcom actually did okay compared to the other tech stocks that fell even harder. So where would you hide your money when tech is going down? Well, tech is the fun stuff, and that's what's been popular because it has the most explosive growth potential. But when money moves out of tech, tech falls really hard. And so now we're moving into a defensive position where you're looking at utilities stocks, defense contractors, and boring, stable, reliable dividend stocks. If you're not sure about utility stocks, just look through, there's plenty of lists, top utility stocks. Look into them, look at their chart. A larger market cap would probably be better. It's not going to be sexy, but it's going to be more stable. Stay away from like green energy stuff. It's serious time now. Things are scary. And then I also like to hide in JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. The stock price doesn't really move. It's always like $50, $60 forever. And they pay you a dividend. And you can get in and out whenever you want. In terms of defense stocks, there's a list of those. Lockheed is usually my go-to. There's always another war. And look at this. When everybody's terrified, where do you put your money? Let's blow somebody up. Take your money out of cool tech stuff. Move it into safer plays. Would you sell your crypto right now? If you have meme coins, burn them. That's the end of memes for a while. Your altcoin list is going to be super narrow. We're talking like just Ethereum, Solana, or something you personally believe in for the long term, like Chainlink. That's another one I have. I still have some Avalanche because that's the only way I can actually sell RST, which is paid to me. But RST is a little gaming token, and like every other gaming token, it's doomed right now. So no fun little guys, no small caps. We're going to hide with the big boys to mitigate damage. And short. I spent the last 3 days shorting Solana all day and all night. And I made enough profit to soften the blow of all of my assets collapsing like everybody else. So now I have cash in hand to either buy the dip or just buy some time. I have more freedom. I have more flexibility with a pile of cash that I wouldn't have if I wasn't shorting it all weekend during the plummet. I still think we have room to go down further. I mean, look at the daily can certainly go down further. The 2-day, even worse. The 3-day, totally nasty. Look at this trend. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're looking at a fat volume, get wrecked kind of wave. Although you could get lucky. Let's say something happens like, Israel calls. They said they're going to be cool from here on out. No more wars. Oh, then we get like a little trigger wave instead. And then we, a nice bounce back. And the party's back on. But I highly doubt that. Yeah, it looks like, if it's even half as bad as the last time we had a blunt diamond on the weekly, it's going to be rough for a while. And I'm targeting mid to low 40s at least. Clean up that resume. Unless you're an entrepreneur and it's rough for you no matter what's going on. If you work for some normal company, just know that there's a chance they'll let you go. Not to panic you, but if you know ahead of time that could happen, you'll prepare yourself for the worst. Because when you're staring down the barrel of a recession and it's real, you want to be ready for anything. So tighten up those wallets. Remember, I was telling you this this was supposed to happen like over a year ago. And it's finally happening now, right when we're about to change hands presidentially. Wouldn't that be funny if Kamala actually wins the presidency and then she has to eat the shit that she created? Well, either way, whoever's coming up next is going to suffer. They'll be fine. The president will be fine. But you and I are going to suffer. But not nearly as much as the unprepared baby birds. Because we're going to be shorting on the way out, catching all the little branches, and we land on our 2 feet with a pocket full of cash, and we can make our next move with a cushion under us. The only way I was able to make any money when everybody else was screaming and yelling is because of Market Cipher. Market Cipher helped me a ton. So click the link in the description. My referral code is in there. And when you're at checkout, type in DUMP, D-U-M-P, DUMP. It's a code for a few more days. It's 30% off Market Cipher. So now's your chance. If you want to make some money even while everybody's on fire, it does help to have the best weapon, and that's the Market Cipher Indicator package. Good luck out there. I'll see you next time.